Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to a Lightning Collection review. Today we're going to talk about the Morphed Ryu, the Crimson Hawk Ranger. Now, I have not played Battle for the Grid. I've watched a bunch of trailers on it. I have it on my Battle Pass, and I keep messing around. I think the only time I've played it is when me, Noel, and Henry were at the crib, and they gave me the hands in it because they play the game and I don't. So I'm just for the record, Henry and Noel, when I see y'all in Tekken, I'm gonna give you the hands. You already know it, King baby, King. Um, but yes, let's talk about Morph Ryu. I really like this toy. I think I only have like maybe two gripes with it, to be honest. But otherwise, it's actually a really solid release. It has all the new articulation, the drop down hips. It has it also has that new ballpoint peg, and I think that's one of my gripes. But if done correctly, I feel like it could be a better thing going forward. We're going to talk about all of those things right now. Now, I got to move my phone. It was in the way. So, Morph Ryu actually looks really good, even as a side silhouette, right? Look at this. We have that basic Lightning Collection body. We have the pinless arms and legs, which basically streamline the figure really nicely. Our bandana on top of our Crimson Hawk actually is on a peg, so you can take that out. Or you can leave it in, depending on how you want to go about it. It really depends on what you want to do. Our articulation can go left and go right. We can look up and down just a little bit. I want to pop the head up because I want to talk about this neck peg thing. So this uses that new neck peg that we have. I feel like if they loosen it up where the ball joint is, and I wouldn't have to Dremel it, we actually get a lot more range. But it does keep the ball joint in place. But if you actually gave it a little bit more wiggle room and freedom inside the base of that ball joint, when you move it, you would actually get a lot more range. It doesn't look as stiff as what we're getting now. You could actually like lean the head and tilt it in like a true martial artist would, giving it a little bit of extra expression. I would actually really, really like that. So hopefully somebody's watching and keeps that in mind. If not, I'm hoping for the best, right? Then we have these beautiful butterfly joints. We can hit the T-pose. I'm going to do that now with my my joints are really, really tough. Lately, a lot of my Lightning collection has come with that, but I think that's just helping keeping it sturdy so I don't wear it out. So here we are with our T-pose. We have our bicep swivel, and we have our beautiful double joints that actually fold into the muscles really nicely. I'm glad they actually put a little bit of effort into that because I know for some people that can be a major bummer. It will cause a little bit of paint scrapage if you do it too tough. We have our nice rotating upper torso. We have our ab crunch, which can go really nicely far back with reverse. And going forward, actually very nice as well. You saw earlier by accident that drop down hips, which will leave gaps, but allow you to go a little bit higher than that of 90 degrees with no problem. We have a thigh swivel, we have a boot swivel, and we have the super generous ankle pivot that we always know and love. Now, because we are pinless, it's actually really, really nice to look at it and see it seamless. I do want to talk about I have only one blemish spot here on my Morphed Ryu. It is a weirdly blue spot, considering there's no real blue on him. Don't know what happened there, but it's not a big deal. But I do want to have that transparency. Now with Ryu, posing him up is super nice and super easy. I actually have an excellent time doing it. I think the biggest gripe I have is that Ryu can't put his arms fully down, which is one of those Lightning Collection issues because of the muscle definition. And because of that, when he does Hadouken poses, they don't look nearly as good. But as you can see here, posed up very nicely in a linked over stance, we can actually get something close to a Morphed Ryu fighting stance. I had to study that because I didn't know Morphed Ryu's fighting stance. So, there we go. They actually did a class of, I think it's class of 92 or 93 casual clothing outfit. I thought that was really dope and a nice crossover. So hopefully we can get that too. That would be amazing. So here we are with this nice pose. Now, when you're trying to do the Hadouken pose, because we do have these great butterfly joints, but we don't actually have a soft enough vest part, sometimes they'll collide. And as you can see here, it doesn't look as good, but I'm making the best of it with these hands. I'm going to talk about those in a second. Right? For our Hadouken. I'm even leaning it to give it that extra expression as well. But as far as accessories go, I really like his accessories. I just feel like one was a little bit off, but it was a good choice in effect parts, just not for Ryu. So let's talk about what he comes with. I don't know why I'm leaving him in that pose, but it looks funny. We do get a set of open hands, which is going to be our Hadouken hands, or open action hands. One more set of hands would have done perfectly for this Ryu. Would have been open chop hands. I thought that would have been the other great thing, but I'm fine with Hadouken and closed fist. I can't really be too mad at that. Ryu is mostly punching people in the face, so it makes sense. We actually get a stand. Now on this stand, you'll actually get a foot peg on 3 different spots to hold your Ryu down while you plug in the ball. And then you have a choice. So here you have it. You can attach, I believe this is the Crimson Hawk effect part that you can also throw. Yeah, I believe it is one of his moves. And then we have the Shakunetsu Hadouken or the Fire Hadouken. And you'll place this on top. There is a place for it ball joint wise, but I always lose track of it. There we are. Let me actually plug this in so I don't look too crazy, as I might break it. I always do this. Oh, there we go. I wanted to take it off camera. But this is what I was talking about with the Hadouken. I'm not going to put the open hands on right now, but placement wise, it looks really good. But you know what? Nah, screw it. Let's put these hands on because I want it to look right. Now, depending on how you throw said Hadouken, or how you choose to do your quarter circle forwards, right? Let's say we rotate it. As you can see here, it looks a little funky. So you can't extend it in a way. Let's turn it around so you can see this side. You can't extend it in a way that it looks really, really good, but you can do your best. Let's fix the focus. Sorry. See what I mean? I don't want it to look odd in placement, but it does. So I think that's one thing for this figure that it's not going to work out in that favor, but I'm not against it because everything else actually looks really good. I think my leg might be a little loose. I might have worn it out already. Some kikis will do it some justice. But yeah, let's leave you there. Looking real cool. And last but not least, you will also get a flaming foot part effect. Now, I feel like this should have been given to Ken. But Ken, I believe they gave Ken the Shoryuken effect. But you can also give this to Ken. I feel like it's really worth giving it to him. But when you want to do the Tatsumaki, it does look good. But let's say you want to do his half circle forward kick move, which is it Sodan Satudal Jetty? I can't remember it. But if you want to do it, it does look good as a sliding kick effect part for his half circle forward. But this is what I was talking about with that neck peg. If you loosen that up, you get the more natural look on it. Those are just, like I said, my minor gripes of it because I really love Street Fighter. So it's one of those things I really want it to work in fluidity with the Street Fighter part of it. But it's a Lightning Collection limitation, and I can't really be mad at that. With all that being said, that is all he comes with. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set him up very nicely, and we're going to get ready to do some size comparisons. So I will see you guys in a sec. Now we're on size comparison. So first, let's compare to some Lightning Collection. Just for fun, I threw in the Green Ranger. I figured, why not throw him in? I believe he was in the trailer video for him. I'm not sure. But here we are with Green Ranger. And I think he just has a taller body. I gotta actually push that head down. I had it sitting on the top because this is the older Green Ranger, so it does not sit high like the newer Lightning Collection, where it has that extra neck articulation. Here we are with a Ryuso Green. Not Ryuso Green. Is it Dino Fury? Sorry, I'm trying to remember the American names. I gotta really start catching up and watching stuff. But as you can see, size-wise, Ryu is a nice middle in between because he's actually still just a little bit taller. You can see the difference in the hips too, a little bit wider. So yeah, lots of changes. Now, I'm gonna compare a Black Ranger just so you can see. This is the new Adam Park one, which uses those new drop-down hips and actually sits the neck a little bit higher using these new portions of the body. So as you can see here, these guys actually sit a little bit closer in height to each other. So it seems like the older Lightning Collection, maybe a tad bit taller. Here we are next to some Valaverse. Light collection's a little bit smaller. Here we are with a G.I. Joe Red Ninja. Oop. I'm going to have to hold him up. He may fall over. Next up, we have a Mythic Legions. And then we'll also do... Actually, I like this look. We'll also do a Marvel Legends Bullseye, because I still have him out from our Daredevil review. All right? Looking pretty nice. We can do... Ooh, this will be a good one, because ninjas are important. Here we are with an AI Foosh Ninja. I have to remember to call them Foosh Ninjas now. And, oh, very important, and I forgot to take him out. I'm going to compare him to the SH Figuarts Ryu. So, give me a second. I'm just going to blur this in, and we'll just talk about Ryu being next to it as well. Like I said, I want to compare him next to Ryu, so I'm just going to throw this in there. Now, here we are with the SHF Ryu. Now, what's really cool about this is this review will probably go up by the time that the Jada Toys are going to either come close to releasing theirs, or somebody's seeing some new updated photos. So it's cool that we have different iterations of Ryu now running around. Here we are with also Lightning Collection Phoenix Ranger Chun-Li. And I gotta say, I like these two being very close in size. It's really nice, actually. Unfortunately, the head pegs are differently. So you may have to get a sculpted head, like a different type of sculpt. But to get an unmasked head, because it's not going to sit on there unless you take the peg out of that neck and sit it on top with some sticky tack. So to keep that in mind. Last but not least, we are going to take these two away. And we're going to use SHF Kamen Rider Kuga to round out the end of it for the size comparison. And I like this, even though Kuga's way tiny. I just like the size of it. I am having a ton of fun. I know people were worried I was going to stop reviewing Lightning Collection. That is not the case. So hopefully this will help you feel better. It's honestly, there were no releases, and then they literally released like 5 waves at once. So it's been pretty crazy, and then it's just the holiday season. But I will be and continue to review Lightning Collection. I really do love this line because it's Power Rangers and Super Sentai. And even though I haven't watched every one of the American adaptations, I have watched all the Japanese adaptations. So there is definitely a cross-reference of love there. So that's really cool that people can do that. You know, the imagery. You take there's a lot of love and stuff, and so you take what you know from it and you put that love on things. So without anything else being said, I just want to give you some kind words. I hope that everyone is okay, and if you're not, reach out to those who, care for you. If you feel like you're alone, trust me, you are not. My grandmother used to say something that was very important to me, and I stick with it till this day. And she used to always tell me, everybody goes through the same thing at different times, which is why you try to give people a little bit of empathy and have some patience with them. So I feel like that's something very important that we may be forgetting every now and then. So try to have a little patience with people, try to have a little bit of empathy, and hopefully it'll go a long way for you. So as always, please, be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.